In this video, we're going to review 7 tools that every realtor can use to increase their digital presence online, to get more eyes on your content, to get more leads, and you can also improve your brand or your name recognition. So having a digital presence is going to be key, especially during this recession period with the coronavirus going around. Everybody's going to be staying at home. They're going to be on the internet more. And this is your time to really use your digital marketing skills to try to get more eyes on your listings, on your website, and on your content that you're putting out on the internet. All right, the very first tool you need as a realtor is you need to have your own website. Having a website is super important for building your brand. It gives you professionalism when you have a website to tell people to go to. It also is a lead generation tool. You can send people to lead capture pages where you can collect their contact information before you unlock certain pages. So for example, if you wanted to lock a listing page and make somebody give you their name and email first before they can view listing information, you can do that with your own website. More so, it's about control. You control information on your website. You control the leads from your website. You're not relying on a company website or a social media platform where it could automatically shut down one day and then you'd be out of luck. You'd lose that source of leads, that source of traffic. So having your own website is super important, not only for the branding, but also for that lead capture ability. Now, setting up a website is super simple. I go over tons of different tutorials on my channel about how to build your own website, and I can show you how to get it all set up and started in as little as 10 minutes, and then you can go from there designing it, picking out your theme, and making it look pretty the way that you want to. So if you want to check out those tutorials, I'll try to link to some of them below, or you can scour my playlists on my YouTube channel, Nick Foy TV. SiteGround is the website hosting company that I use to run my website, and I'm only recommending them because they are super fast. If you need a fast website, SiteGround, it's a great cheap option for beginners. For your first website, it's as little as $4 a month, so literally $50 or less for a year of website hosting. And you need website hosting to have your website live. It's a necessary expense, so that's why I'm recommending SiteGround, about $4 a month, and you're going to get super fast website load times, which is important in keeping your website visitors on your website. So we're going to go more in depth on WordPress websites in another video, but that wraps up tool number 1. All right, tool number 2 is the Facebook Business Manager. So if you type in business.facebook.com, that is the subdomain that Facebook has set up for the Facebook Business Manager. Now, Facebook Business Manager is an important tool. It allows you to create and schedule posts to your Facebook business page, which every realtor should already have a Facebook business page. If you do not, you are behind the times. A Facebook business page allows you to gather a following on Facebook. You can put out posts, you can share photos, videos, you can create events, like if you're having open houses. So with a Facebook business page, you can then go into the Facebook Business Manager tool, and you can actually schedule posts ahead of time using this tool so that you don't have to worry about managing your Facebook page on a day-to-day basis. You can go in, create a bunch of content, create a bunch of posts at once, spend a couple hours, on a Monday doing that. Then you can set up scheduling with the Facebook Business Manager tool, and those posts will auto-publish around the different days that you set up with that tool. You can also use the Facebook Business Manager to check out your Facebook ads, to set up ad campaigns. So if you want to run ads and try to reach a wider audience within your city or within your region, if you're trying to target multiple cities, you can do so with Facebook ads, and the Business Manager is where you're going to go to monitor those campaigns. You also can create a pixel for your WordPress website, and what that is it's a little tracking code that you create in the Facebook Business Manager. You copy paste that code into your website. So in the last tool we talked about WordPress, you'd go into WordPress, you download a Facebook Pixel plugin, and then it's going to have a settings page where you're going to copy paste in that Facebook Pixel and click save. And what that's going to do is it's going to embed that code into your website. Now, anytime somebody goes to your website, Facebook is able to track that traffic or that visitor And you're able to also track traffic that comes from your Facebook ads as well to see if they completed a conversion event. So if you set up a lead capture form and they fill it out, Facebook is able to track that they successfully filled out that form and hit the submit button. And then you can use that data in Facebook to make business decisions. But more importantly, you can actually use the pixel to retarget your website visitors on Facebook. So let's say John Doe comes to your website, whether it's from Google or whether he clicked through from Zillow or wherever, and he happens to be shopping around your website, and then he gets off your website. What you can do is you can set up a Facebook ad that retargets anybody who's visited your website in the past 180 days. So every day when people come to your website, then they go hop on Facebook later, you can have a Facebook ad that starts popping up in their newsfeed on Facebook that might be tied to your website somehow. So they're going to be scrolling Facebook and they're going to remember that, hey, earlier I was on Realtor Joe's website, and now look, here he is again on my Facebook feed showing me his latest listings or an open house coming up this weekend or whatever you want to put as the ad. So it's a creative way to be able to re-engage those visitors that came to your website. They might have got off your website and forget about you, but this way you can recapture them by showing up on Facebook now, and Facebook is able to do this through the pixel. All right, tool number 3 is creating a Zapier account. Zapier is super powerful if you want to automate a lot of things in your business. If you're trying to connect a couple of different platforms that normally wouldn't be able to connect to each other. So a few different examples would be, let's say we had a Facebook ad we were running. That's one of the tools we just talked about, creating a Facebook ad campaign. And every time we get a new lead who fills out the form on Facebook and we capture that contact info, we can use Zapier to automatically send us a text alert with that person's information. This saves a lot of time so that we quickly get alerted of a new lead. We don't have to worry about going and checking the Facebook Business Manager page and looking at the Excel sheet that they make you download. Instead, you can just have that lead data automatically ported into your cell phone as a text alert. You can send that data automatically to your email software if you're trying to build an email list. You can have it sent into your CRM so that you can track it in your CRM. So there's a lot of automations you can set up using Zapier, and they're called Zaps, and they allow you to connect apps and send data between apps that normally you wouldn't be able to send back and forth. Now, a few other things you can do is set up some auto responses as well with Zapier. So you can set up these different rule parameters. So for example, when somebody subscribes through a lead generation form on your website, you can have them automatically imported into MailChimp, which could be your email software you're using, or Convertit might be another email software you're using. And then you can set up a rule once they get added into Convertit, into your mail system, you can have an auto response email get sent out to them. So there's a lot of creative ways to use Zaps. Zapier is fairly inexpensive, and I think it's highly worth the money because of how much you can automate and systematize lead generation in your business to really save you time and help you be more productive as a real estate agent. Our 4th tool we are recommending today for realtors is Copper CRM. Now, there are plenty of different CRM softwares out there to choose from. There's a lot of great ones, so you really can't go wrong if you do your research and you find the right CRM that works for your business. We're going to go ahead and recommend Copper because it's built for Google and G Suite, so it integrates with your Gmail account, which is one of the most used email platforms out there today. I know there's Yahoo, there's GoDaddy emails, Microsoft Outlook, but Gmail is one of the most widespread email platforms. And when you're doing all kinds of communications through email with clients, prospective clients, or you've got your website generating leads or Facebook generating leads, you want to have something that's built and easy to work with. And Copper's super user friendly. There's lots of cool things you can do with it, which we're going to go over in future videos. I'm going to have a video specific to Copper you can check for on my channel in the future. But the main reason is it's got this functionality where it can build right in with your Gmail account, so you can collect data off your emails and have that sent right into your CRM to save you a lot of time and headaches. Another cool feature with it integrating with your email account like Gmail is when you go into Copper and you click into any contact or any leads record and you're looking at their little profile in your database, it'll automatically pull all email communications you've had with them as well. So you can see a history of emails inside of Copper that you've already had with somebody. That way you don't have to bounce back and forth and go back into your Gmail and try to find email chains. It'll pull those email chains right into Copper so you can quickly look at your history, what the last contact with them was about by reading the little email that gets ported in there. Now, a couple basics about Copper to understand. They have a leads tab, they have a people tab, and they have an opportunities pipeline tab. These are mainly the three tabs you're going to work with inside of Copper. So your leads tab is going to be a page that has rows of all the different leads that you have. So every time a new person gets added into your database, it'll create a new row or a new record for them. It'll have their name, their email, their phone. If you want to add a description, if you want to add a source where they came from, and it'll just create this like spreadsheet almost where it's just, all these rows that keep getting added, and you can scroll down your list of leads and you can click into them and start to qualify them and convert them into opportunities. When you're ready to convert them into opportunities, you'll just click the big pink convert button, and what it's going to do is it's going to send them over to your opportunities pipeline, which you can customize and set up however you'd like. So you could set up a column that's called face-to-face. You could set up a column that's called meeting scheduled. You could set up a column that's called contract written. So you can keep track of different leads, what stage of the pipeline they're in, by dragging their record from stage to stage. So you can see all your face-to-face meetings you have coming. You can see all the people that just wrote offers or contracts. You can see all the people who are in escrow or getting close to closing deals. And then you could have another column at the end that's closed deals. And that's how you're going to be able to track, different leads and be able to stay on top of them and follow up with them. And you're also able to track data like, how much sales you're doing by moving them from stage to stage in this pipeline. All right, our next tool we want to recommend is Zillow. Now, a lot of realtors are against Zillow, and rightly so. They charge an arm and a leg to have you advertise on the Zillow platform in order to give you leads. And a lot of realtors feel that these are leads that are already coming from realtor listings and the MLS. So Zillow's basically selling you back your own leads is the way a lot of realtors look at it. But we need to look more positively at Zillow because right now, this is where consumers live. Every day, there are millions of searches being done on Zillow. This is where all the traffic is. It's just one of the best platforms out there to find real estate, to find homes for sale. And consumers are going to keep coming to Zillow time and time again because of how easy Zillow makes it for consumers to find real estate. So you just have to own up and live with it. Zillow is your competitor, but at the same time, it can be a helpful tool for you if you know how to use it correctly. So when you've got all this traffic coming to Zillow, you're going to get a few different things. One, you're going to be able to get leads off of that traffic, whether you pay for them or whether you set up your own Zillow profile and you're able to have a good profile picture, a good description, maybe link out to your website from your Zillow profile. So you could also get a little bit of organic traffic in that regard. You're going to have your profile showing up on your own listing. So if people are clicking on your listing that they found on Zillow, that's going to send you business as well. And then they're going to click into your reviews and see your reviews. So it's important to have a Zillow profile set up. You can still get leads and traffic organically and without paying for them by having a Zillow account set up. But one of the best ways to generate leads as well is looking at the for sale by owners. So yes, Zillow does pull all the listings off the MLS, but they also are making it super easy for people to get on and try to sell their own home without a realtor. So you're going to be able to go on and screen for sale by owner homes only, and it's going to pull up all the little red dots that are for sale across the map, and you can click in and out of all the different homes that are for sale by owner, and you can find information like the phone number, or you can fill out the contact form, and you can try to get in touch with those owners who've decided to try to sell for sale by owner. And this could turn into some deals and opportunities to get new listings by using Zillow's platform. Now, another reason I really like Zillow, I just think it has one of the best map integrations. So if you ever get on Zillow, they make it super easy to scroll around different neighborhoods on the map, looking at homes for sale or pulling up sold data, what's recently sold. So it's a lot simpler to use, especially if you're a realtor and you have access to the MLS. Some MLS systems are, a pain to navigate. They're just outdated. It doesn't seem like they have the tech or the software like Zillow does that's up to date. And so it can be very difficult trying to zoom around on a map on the MLS. Same with other websites. I've just found overall Zillow's map is super easy, so it's actually a helpful tool sometimes just to get on there and see what's new in different neighborhoods and different cities and different markets in your area. And it gives you that visual view that you normally can't get when you're logged in to the MLS system. Lastly, let's talk a little bit about Zillow Premier Agent. If you decide to go down the road of paying for leads, again, Zillow gets all the traffic, so they generate tons of leads, and you can decide if you think it's going to be worth it or not to sign up to be a Zillow Premier Agent, where you'll pay $500 to $1,000 or more a month to reserve your spot as a Zillow Premier Agent in a certain zip code. And what this is going to do is it's going to promote your profile headshot with your name and contact info underneath different listings. So every time you click into a listing on Zillow, it's going to display the listing agent, and then it's going to display 3 Zillow Premier Agents underneath there. So there's going to be a total of 4 real estate agents being displayed on one listing, and the consumer is going to have to choose between those 4 which one they want to call. Normally they're going to probably start at the top with the listing agent, but it's also a good chance that they're going to click on any of the other 3 Zillow Premier Agents, the call now button, or clicking through their profile to read the reviews to decide who they want to work with. Now, if they fill out the contact form on the listing page, that contact form goes straight to Zillow. So Zillow reps are going to get on the phone with that lead, qualify them, make sure they're serious about getting information or setting up a showing. Then they're going to go through some algorithm of how they choose which Zillow Premier Agent to choose to send that lead to. So it also comes down to your marketing budget. Depending on how much you're spending each month, you're going to get X percentage of the leads. Our next tool we're going to talk about is Google Hangouts. This is great for scheduling virtual video meetups. So if you want to have your phone and have somebody else have their phone handy, you can both hop on a video chat and talk to each other face to face. This is great if people are busy, they can't make it to a face-to-face meeting in person, or when things are happening in the world like the coronavirus, where everybody's scared and trying to practice social distancing so they don't catch the virus. This is going to be a big trend you're going to see in real estate for a while, where people are going to just feel more comfortable, doing these virtual type meetings from their homes. You can also use it for virtual showings and open houses. So you can have clients on your website schedule a virtual showing or a virtual open house where they fill out their contact form information, and then they could schedule a time with you, and you guys can hop on a live video chat at that specific time, and you can go walk through the house and show them the house and talk to them and answer any questions they have live from the video chat. So it's a great way for you to engage with the client over video while also getting them into the house virtually so they can see what it looks like and you can answer any questions. Now, Google Hangouts, we chose this one. There are other video chat softwares, but it's super easy to use and get set up and invite people to join the conference. So that's why we picked Google Hangouts. All right, our final tool today is Convertit. We mentioned it a little bit ago. It's an email marketing software, and it helps you create email follow-ups with clients or potential leads so that you can generate more business, and it helps automate a lot of your communication with potential clients as well. So it's a great tool to have on hand. One of the first features you want to set up is the auto tagging. So anytime a new subscriber comes in, you can set up these different tag criterias. So you can filter them to different groups. So if it's a buyer lead, you could have them sent to the buyer leads group. If it's a seller, you could have them sent to the sellers. If it's an investor, you could have them sent to the investors tag group. So then you can group your subscribers in order to better communicate with them and send them content most relevant to them. You can also set up these email drip campaigns that go out automatically to new subscribers. So for example, you can create a 30-day email sequence where they get an email every couple of days on a different topic for 30 days. And it can be an auto campaign that's already set up and written so that all they do is have to go through that campaign automatically. You don't have to manually send these emails. You pre-write the emails ahead of time. You structure them in the order you want them to be sent, and you set the time between each email that you want. So for example, I could send them an intro email on day 1, then I could send them some helpful tips about how to buy a home on day 3, and then maybe I give them a couple days, and on day 7 I send them an active link to a bunch of listings in a certain city or a certain zip code. So you can have these different emails auto set up and auto scheduled to send every new subscriber who comes in. Another cool thing with email marketing softwares like Convertit, you can actually monitor your opens and clicks. So you might not be able to do this in your native email platform. So if you've got an open house, for example, that you want to blast out to a bunch of people's emails, you can add all their emails into your Convertit platform and send the email through Convertit. And then you can go back later in Convertit and look at all those email subscribers and see which ones actually open the email. So that's a good way to track activity of your emails to see who's opening them and who's not. And then you can follow up with those email subscribers by phone once you have this information on hand by looking who opened your email, who actually saw it, who might be interested if they clicked a link. And that can give you some important data so you can make decisions with your follow-up system. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for today's video. These are the 7 tools that every realtor needs. We talked about WordPress, Facebook Business Manager, Zapier, Copper CRM, Zillow, Google Hangouts, and Convertit. So take these 7 tools, research them, learn more about them, start implementing them into your business, and you're going to feel way more on top of the game. You're going to have things automated. You're going to be able to save yourself time. You're going to feel at ease and more organized mentally, knowing that you've got these different platforms set up and doing things on autopilot for you so that you can simply click into your CRM, see all your leads. You can quickly go on to Facebook, see your Facebook campaigns, see your retargeting campaigns that you're setting up for your website to retarget website visitors. You can go into Convertit and look at your different email lists and send out emails specific to certain types of clients. So if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We're going to be pumping out all kinds of videos for realtors on my YouTube channel, as well as in my Marketing Academy school. I'll link to that below as well. If you want to take more courses and kind of step up your marketing game, especially on a digital side of things, you can do so by going to asknickfoy.com/tools.